So we've had a couple of comments recently on the Manager's Seat YouTube channel querying why we refer to a player's height in videos. Now some people claim it's only jumping reach that determines how good a player is in the air and that height is really irrelevant. But that can't be true, can it? Are we saying that Jermaine Defoe with jumping reach of 20 would win an aerial duel with Peter Crouch with jumping reach of 1? Well, I guess we best put that to the test. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to play a one-off game between Inter Miami and Chicago Fire in MLS. Now, Inter Miami have been edited so that every single player is 5'7" tall that has a jumping reach of 20, whilst over at Chicago Fire they are giants. Every single one of their squad is 6'7", but they only have a jumping reach of 1. So with each Chicago Fire player being a full foot taller than their opponent over at Inter Miami, they should have a distinct advantage. Sports Interactive's own description of jumping reach does say that it's the highest point that a player can reach with his head, but it's often influenced by a player's height. So we're going to put a full team of 6'7" players out there, but only with a jumping reach of 1. Will they be able to be dominant in the air against an Inter Miami side who may only be 5'7" but have a jumping reach of 20? For Chicago Fire, their height supremacy stretches across the pitch from their goalkeepers all the way through to their strikers. Whereas over at Inter Miami, even their central defenders and goalkeepers are only going to be 5'7" tall. Now for this matchup, both of our teams are going to be playing an identical tactic, and we've created one that hopefully will get the ball up into the air as frequently as possible so we can judge who's coming out on top in those aerial duels. We've created a 4-4-2 system that's going to get lots of crosses into the box. Even the wing-backs are being asked to deliver more frequently. And no-nonsense centre-back should be launching the ball forward from defence. We've instructed our goalkeeper to distribute the ball long to our target forward. And we've asked both of our teams to play a more direct passing style with a higher tempo. So we really are trying to launch some aerial balls to see whether Chicago's height or Inter Miami's jumping reach comes out on top. As our teams line up, you can see the difference in stature already. Chicago will be in the navy blue, Inter Miami will be in the pink, and we'll see who wins those early aerial battles. And with less than 30 seconds played, we have our first example. The Chicago right back is about to lay the ball off to his centre half, who's going to launch the ball long, and there's going to be an aerial tussle between Inter Miami's centre half and the Chicago striker. Now place your bets now. Who is your money on? The 5'7" defender with the jumping reach of 20 or the 6'7" target forward with jumping reach of 1? I guess we best show you what happens next. The defender launches the ball forward and, well, the young defender who's only 5'7" clearly outjumps his opponent. But that might just be beginner's luck. Now Chicago have got an indirect free kick on the corner of the penalty area, and a 6'7" Shedran Shaqiri is about to send the ball into the box. Look at those 6'7" giants lined up ready to power a header at goal as the ball goes in. They're beaten in the air once more. And we're going to see the same situation as our goalkeeper plays the ball long as the target forward in pink easily wins his aerial battle. In fact, the shorter player with the greater jumping reach is going to win the aerial battles time after time after time. And in fact, they're going to win these headers over and over and over again. In fact, just 6.5 minutes into this match, and I've not seen Chicago win a single contested aerial battle so far. Now, occasionally they do come close, but the players in pink just leap like salmon above them every single time. At times, the contests just don't even seem fair as the men in pink just keep rising above their rivals. Now, when there's a bit of space between the two players, the taller man might win a header. But whenever the players are contesting an even aerial duel, it's the player in pink that's just 5'7" tall that's rising the highest every time. But then there was a chink of light as the Chicago goalkeeper plays it long. Chicago win an attacking aerial duel, and they go on and score the opening goal. Now Inter Miami thought that their dominance in the air might have got them back into the game as they score from an indirect free kick, but it's ruled out for an infringement. If the Miami goalkeeper was a little taller, might he have been able to get a hand on Chicago's second goal? I guess it's hard to say, but his height didn't seem to play a factor in Chicago's third. And even though Inter Miami pulled a goal back, it was the Giants from Chicago that were victorious 3-1. But aside from the scoreline, what we're really interested in is those aerial stats. And we'll start with Chicago Fire, where I guess the starkest illustration of how ineffective being 6'7" tall is when you only have a jumping reach of 1 is in the percentage of headers won by their strikers. Their target man attempted 41 headers during the match, winning just 2 of them. And his strike partner fared little better, attempting 29 aerial duels and again winning just 2. That's a percentage of just 5% and 7% respectively. And there was also trouble at the heart of the defence, where one defender won just 6 of the 31 headers they attempted, whilst his centre-back partner won 10 of 29 aerial battles. And as we might expect, those figures are much more encouraging when we have a look at the Inter Miami players. Centre-back Damian Lowe won 41 out of 41 headers, and his colleague Ryan Saylor was only beaten 3 times in the air. Target forward Gonzalo Higuain won 93% of his headers, and even in the centre of midfield, Victor Ajoa won 94% of his battles in the air. So for some of you, those results probably aren't surprising at all, and for years that you've known that height means absolutely nothing in Football Manager when it comes to your ability to win headers. It's all about the jumping reach, it turns out. That maybe size doesn't matter after all. But if you're looking for more hints and tips to help you improve tactically in Football Manager, this video might be perfect for you.